As you sit there listening, perhaps you've already begun to notice a shift. A shift so subtle, so gentle, that you don't even have to try. Because your unconscious mind, it already knows exactly what to do. And as you breathe in and breathe out, you may begin to realize something's changing, something deep within you. And isn't it interesting how the past, it's simply that, the past. And every time you think of it, it becomes more distant, as if it were just an old book sitting on a shelf, a book you once read, but no longer need, because the story you're telling yourself now is different. You've probably already realized people's judgments, their opinions, they were never about you, were they? They were reflections of their own beliefs, their own fears, their own limitations. And as you begin to let that sink in, to really let it sink in, something inside you begins to shift. And you may notice the way you used to feel in a group. That feeling of smallness, that feeling of being out of place. It was never really about them. It was about a thought that came and went, a thought that seemed so real. But it was just a thought. And thoughts, they change, just like clouds in the sky. And as you relax deeper now, your unconscious mind is already finding new ways to be at ease, to be free, to be effortlessly confident, because you already know, deep down, that you're enough. And you always have been. And there's something fascinating about confidence, something interesting about self-acceptance. Because when you stop seeking approval, you find something even better. You find freedom. And maybe, just maybe, you've already begun to feel free. That feeling of letting go. That feeling of stepping into your own power. What if you didn't have to try to be perfect? What if you could simply be? What if mistakes weren't mistakes at all, but stepping stones, lessons, gifts, guiding you forward, always forward? As you imagine now, stepping into a future where you're free, where you're playful, relaxed, happy, maybe you can begin to notice how natural it feels. That feeling of trust, of certainty, of knowing deep down that you're in control of your own reality, that you create your own abundance, that you define who you are. And from this moment on, every breath you take, every step you walk, every word you speak, it reinforces this knowing, this deep, unshakable certainty. Because confidence, it isn't something you have to find. It's something that you've had all along. And as you continue to relax, to absorb this, to allow it to integrate, in ways you don't even have to consciously understand, you realize now you're ready to let go, ready to move forward, ready to play, to create, to enjoy, to live. And isn't it interesting how easy it is to just feel good?